So, a much better day of training today, highlighted by an overhead squat PR, which we'll get to here in a little bit. But first things first, started per usual with the back squats. My hip growing area that I was talking about yesterday and complaining about that was kind of tight, almost felt slightly pulled. Anyways, I don't know. It felt fine today. I really didn't have any issues with it. I stretched out quite a bit ahead of time. Did a lot of body weight squats, warm up squats, some leg swings, things like that. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't really notice anything today. It didn't really bother me. I know yesterday I mentioned it bothered me on like these warm up sets at 95, 135. It was pretty much non existent today. I felt pretty good the entirety of the workout, as far as muscles and looseness and things like that go. Felt pretty strong again today. I mentioned yesterday I felt pretty strong, but felt a little bit held back with the kind of pulling in my groin muscle. Today it wasn't really there, and I just felt pretty good and pretty strong warming up. You're going to see I end up making similar jumps to yesterday, kind of get warmed up here, jump to 165, 185. Anyways, end up hitting 235. You'll see I hit 215 here in a little bit. And 215 went up really smooth, and I thought about trying to go for 250 because I kind of wanted to get 250 yesterday and even a little more than 250, but ended up pulling up at 245 with the hip stuff. So felt really good at 215. I loaded 235 on. That was last week's PR, just hoping that I would move that fairly smooth, and you'll see I move it okay. It just wasn't as good as I would have liked, so I did cut it off. I probably could have got, so here's 215, which felt really good. I probably could have got 250 today, but it would have been a gridded out type rep, and I just didn't really want to do that. I mentioned at the beginning last week when I started this program, that's what I did last time around, was grid out a lot of reps, and I just didn't really want to do it today. I thought form would probably break down at 250, so not worth it. But anyways, when I kind of put it all in perspective, this is still good progress. I mean, last weekend I hit 235 on Saturday and 215 on Sunday. Today I hit 245 on Saturday, 235 on Sunday. So definitely a step up. I'm definitely getting stronger. I hit a set of 185 for 5 reps here. I'm pretty happy with the form. Throughout all these reps, it's the most I've done 185, I guess, on this program. So anyways, there's definitely still a lot of good progress. Like I said, I was kind of starting to beat myself up a little bit because as I was kind of making the jumps up here in the back squat today, I was feeling good and kind of getting myself hyped up. Or maybe I'll go 250. Maybe I'll even go a little above 250. Feel really good. And anyways, I ended up like I said, stopping a little bit of short. But it's just important to keep things in perspective. Again, still really good progress in the span of 1 week. Even though I didn't get 250 today, it's certainly within striking distance. I have no doubt I'll hit that and quite a bit more in the near term. But yeah, solid back squatting session. Moved over to overhead squats, and I thought I would probably have a pretty good day overhead squatting. Did overhead squats, as you guys saw, a couple times this past week on those lighter days, and just felt really good. Felt really good with the weight overhead. I haven't really done a whole lot of overhead squatting in the last year, so obviously the weights I'm moving are not an issue for my legs or anything like that. It's more just getting used to holding that weight overhead, and if you haven't done that before, it's just a pretty unique feeling, pressing that weight overhead, holding it, going down. It's fairly technical, and just everything has to be in line, and you just have to move really efficiently to do an overhead squat well. So I go 115 here. I felt really good. I couldn't really decide how heavy I wanted to go. You'll see I ended up doing 135, which is my PR, and honestly, I was good for definitely more than 135. The toughest part for me at this point is getting the weight overhead from behind my neck, and then holding the weight overhead, because as you're going to see, I don't really have any issues going down. I even have a slight pause at the bottom, but really smooth, easy reps. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and I know I'll hit bigger weights in the overhead squat in the weeks to come. And then finish up here with some weighted pull-ups. It's a 15-pound plate between my legs. Been making really good progress here on my pull-ups. This is 3x5 strict with 15-pound plate between my legs. I think last weekend I did like 3x4, something along those lines. Once this week I know I did 2x4 with one set of 5. So anyways, making good progress. I think I should smash that 10 unbroken pull-ups here in the next few weeks. But yeah, really solid day training. Came in, got after it, and happy with the results and happy with the direction everything's trending at the moment. So appreciate you guys watching, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.